Ladies and gentlemen, scholars and slackers, welcome to your crash course on one of the most influential philosophies of all time, Confucianism.
A system so powerful it shaped nations, so old it makes your grandma look like a TikTok trend, so wise it might actually improve your group projects.
Confucianism, making group projects bearable. That should have been the slogan.
Before we dive in, here's the question. Is Confucianism a religion, a philosophy, or really just an intense self-help guide?
The answer? All the above, but more on that in a minute. Now, let's set the scene. It's around 551 BCE in the Lu state of ancient China. Things are pretty messy. Wars, corruption, bad leadership. Basically a political season on steroids.
And in strolls Confucius, a man with a mission and a mighty impressive beard. Born as Kong Qiu, he wasn't rich, but he loved learning.
He saw society falling apart and thought, maybe if people stopped being jerks and started being decent, this place could work.
He didn't start a religion. He taught students, traveled around pitching his ideas to rulers, sort of like an ancient TED Talk on morality, relationships, and governance.
His followers eventually compiled his teachings, and over centuries, they evolved into a full-on philosophy. And yes, sometimes even a religious tradition.
So what exactly is Confucianism about?
At its core, it's all about ethics, like how to be a good person or how you treat others, or how to create a harmonious society.
The big idea is that if every person behaves morally in their role, society runs like a dream. Confucius was basically the human version of a "you have one job" meme.
The foundation, the 5 relationships, of course: ruler and subject, parent and child, husband and wife, elder sibling and younger sibling, and friend.
Each one is based on mutual respect, but there's definitely an emphasis on hierarchy and knowing your role.
And don't forget Ren, benevolence, Li, ritual piety, and Xiao, filial piety, the holy trinity of not being a jerk.
Seriously, filial piety, respecting and honoring your parents, is like the VIP rule. You can almost hear Confucius whispering, "Call your mom."
Now, Confucius didn't do this alone. Later, scholars helped shape and spread his ideas.
Like Mencius, otherwise known as Menji, who argued that humans are naturally good, like baby puppy good.
And then there's Junji, who went the complete opposite way and said,
"Nah, people are selfish and need strong moral education."
okay, maybe he didn't sound like that, but moving on.
So basically, ancient philosophical Marvel versus DC.
To summarize, Mencius equals optimism while Junji equals tough love.
Okay, so how did Confucianism go from wise dude with ideas to official philosophy of an empire?
That happened during the Han Dynasty, around 206 BCE. Emperor Wu was like, Confucius sounds solid, and made it the state philosophy.
It influenced government, education, even how emperors ruled. Civil service exams based on Confucian texts. Want a job in ancient China? Better study the Analects.
Later on, during the Tang and Song dynasties, we would be introduced to Neo Confucianism, basically a remix that blended Confucianism with not only Taoist but Buddhist elements too.
It became less about external rituals and more about inner virtue and metaphysics. Basically, spiritual upgrade unlocked.
Confucianism doesn't have a ton of flashy symbols, but the character Ru is often used. It means scholar.
Think of it like their version of Hogwarts house crest, except everyone's in Ravenclaw.
Now texts. There are 4 books and 5 classics. But the MVP is the Analects, a collection of Confucius's conversations with students.
Also, the Book of Rites, Book of Changes, and Spring and Autumn Book Annals. Great, if you love reading about ceremonies and ancient court drama.
As for temples, you'll find Confucian temples across East Asia. People go there not to worship, but to honor Confucius and promote education.
The big day, Confucius's birthday, celebrated on September 28th. It's like Teacher's Day, but way cooler with more incense.
They also practice ancestor worship, especially during holidays like the Qingming Festival, a day to clean graves and remember your roots.
It's all about respect, remembrance, and connection, and a little bit of sweeping.
Confucianism didn't just stay limited in China. It spread to Korea, Japan, and Vietnam, traveling with scholars, merchants, and missionaries.
Each country adapted it in their own way. In Korea, it deeply influenced family rituals. In Japan, it mixed with Shinto and Buddhist ideas.
In modern times, even though many East Asian countries are still more secular, Confucian values like respect for education, family loyalty, and social harmony are still strong.
So what have we learned?
Confucianism isn't about gods or temples. It's about how to live, learn, and treat each other with respect.
It's less worship this deity, and more be a decent human being.
And well, Confucius may have lived 2,500 years ago. His ideas are still helping people navigate life today.
Kinda wild that a guy from 551 BCE can still school us all in being a better person.
So the next time you show respect for your elders, help your siblings, or study hard, not just for the grade, but to grow, you're living a little bit of Confucius.
And remember, when in doubt, ask yourself,
What would Confucius do? Probably read a book, respect his parents, and chill out.
Not a bad way to live. Thanks for joining us.
Stay wise, stay respectful, and stay Confucian. Wait, before you go,
Time for a pop quiz.
which is not one of the 5 key relationships of Confucianism?
A. Parent and child. B. Ruler and subject. C. God and worshipper. Or D. Friend and friend.
We'll give you time to think.
The answer is C. God and worshipper.
Question 2. Confucius believed that a good society begins with
A. Military strength. B. Moral individuals and proper relationships. C. Economic prosperity. D. Strict laws.
We'll give you time to think. Do you get your answer? If so, the answer was answer B, moral individuals and proper relationships. Question 3. What is the central value of Confucianism?
A. Power. B. Peace. C. Wisdom. Or D. Ren.
We'll give you 10 seconds to lock in your answer.
The correct answer is D. Ren.